Nice! A 2100 player. This is what I like. So, he invites me to play the French. I decline. Bishop b4 is his sideline. Okay, but he just switches to the Nimzo, I think. Bishop b4. No, the normal Queen's Gambit declined. So let's play the exchange variation here. Where you normally have a simple plan, you just play here on the queen side a so-called minority attack. So these are just normal developing moves. This is a bit rare that you play h6 that quickly. I wanted to keep the bishop, so this is why I prepare knight f3 with h3 first. This is strange. What does he want to do here? I mean, I want to play queen c2 anyway. Is c5 his plan? This is all very rare. I can play knight e2 and knight f3 as well. I prefer knight f3 because of the square here, and then I will castle. And he just wasted a lot of time here. I don't know why. Okay. So I mean, what I want to do now is moving this pawn to b5. Let's play a3. If he moves his bishop now back to e7 or f8, b4 will follow. I'm really surprised that he played it this way. So normally you don't move your pieces to the queen side. Yeah, now b4. And I have to say I'm quite happy with my position. What does he want to do with this knight? Doesn't have a square. Strange. Okay. Do I already like b5? No. He plays c5 maybe. I can also try to play e4 myself. Let's play rook b1, a4, and now b5. But I can also switch plans. e4 is really a possibility as well. But you know what, I think it's similar to the last game. This queen doesn't have that many squares, so the black squares here are very weak. I mean, if he plays this knight to f6, I can also play a g4 maybe sooner or later. This opens up the file for the rook, but I need some weaknesses in black's camp. So the weakness I want to focus on is his pawn here on c6. So I will take here, and now focus here on this pawn. Is g4 a threat? No. What does it? Okay, he wants to move his knight here. I mean, normally you can also say, okay, he plays here on the wings. This is very dangerous, I have to say. Look at all these weaknesses around. If a bishop would be on e5, it would already be a mate. Should I open up the position? e4? Or does it just help him? Well, okay, I just stick to my plan, focusing on the weakness here on c6. If I get rid of this knight, I would jump to this square. Okay, the queen moves again. Putting more pressure here on c6. And maybe next move. Yeah, I want to keep this bishop. So bishop f5, attacking this knight here, and then I threaten also to play. You know, I threaten everything here. Ooh, he's already in big trouble. So if he moves his knight, bishop e5, what is his plan? Attacking his queen, and then it's a checkmate on h7, right? Okay. Bishop e5, you need to take with the rook.
Checkmate.
Yeah, this was my plan. So I think the whole problem of Black's setup was he played on the wrong wing. I mean, he weakened his kingside position very much with g5. That's all true. But I think the real problem started around here. h6 is not that common, but queen b6. I mean, you don't play normally on this side of the board. You should play on the king side and develop your pieces, just like knight d7. Sometimes you move the rook to e8 and the other knight to f8. But queen b6 is very rare, and you can see that he just wasted a lot of time by moving his bishop e7, bishop b4, bishop f8, and this bishop was not doing that much in the whole game. Sometimes you just try to get rid of this bishop here by playing bishop d6 in an earlier position, and yeah, Black just screwed it up. And this position I like very much for white. It's just a simple plan. You stick to b5, you create a weakness here on c6, and because of this strange maneuvering, this knight doesn't have that many squares. What is possible, however, sometimes is playing something like b5, knight b6, knight c4. Maybe even now, knight b6, knight c4, knight to c4. He needs to get this bishop out. This is also very difficult. So the whole setup is not very good. What he played here, and now I mean he just he has a problem that he really is not able to develop his pieces. Where does he want to move his bishop here anyway? To e6? It's not a good square. Yeah, I stick to the plan. And I mean g5, I was really happy when I saw g5, because this weakened the position around the king very much. And I think it was around here that I also mentioned already that this diagonal might be very strong if I can put my bishop here on e5. So the goal was just to eliminate this knight here. And on the other hand, I just didn't want him to play f6 because I wanted to keep this option here available. Yeah, moving his queen again is not good. Here I could already play knight b6, I think, but I just wanted to put more pressure on c6, and here certainly I don't want to exchange pieces here. This would help Black a lot. So yeah, and this is virtually over. But it's already very difficult for Black to find a plan. I mean, this pawn is a weakness. The whole kingside position is weak. So yeah, he just helped me because he didn't have the correct plan. He played on the wrong side of the board, and in this situation you could see that let's move back again around here. It's easy for me to open up files for the rooks on this side of the board, and it's not that easy to connect the rooks here for Black. So Black should play on the king side or in the center, and White is playing here on the queen side, and this is just that he did play on the wrong side of the board.